It's that?
Yeah. Oh God. Um, it don't matter because even the backdrop kind of look away, but it's fine. Why are you nervous? Oh, hi Sandy. So we're actually supposed to officially start at 10 p.m. and it is now 9:56. All right. So there's nothing to be afraid of. Absolutely nothing to be afraid of. Nah, you're good. Oh, Sandy's saying hi.
Hi, Sandy.
Hi. So she's like loud at my friend. Okay, so let me all right guys, Jessica is a little bit nervous, very, very nervous, but she'll be back. She'll be back. All right, so we have 3 minutes until we officially start this live. Oh God, we look nice. We nice, you know. Oh. All right, so I'm actually inviting some persons to come on, so that is the reason why. So we have 2 minutes until we officially start talking about everything. So if there is any question that you guys want to know about moving to Japan, then ask me and I will most definitely answer you guys I'll be reading your comments and answering your questions as well. So I'll be reading your comments on here. All right. So Jessica, you're ready. Jessica is scared, everybody. So she's feeling a little shy. So that's why she's not like me. Whenever I see the camera, I'll be like, oh, oh. Okay, guys, I'm back. She's back, everybody. All right. So as I said before, if you have any questions, please let me know. Anything at all you want to know about moving to Japan. But we do have some information that we'll be sharing with you guys because for those of you who know, I'm here on Jet and Jessica is a private hire, so she's not on Jet.
I'm a Jet reject.
You applied to Jet?
I did. And I didn't get through. I don't know, years ago? 2012 maybe?
Girl, you should have tried again.
Never get through.
You should have, because the first time I applied to Jet, I did not get through either.
Oh.
Yes, man. The lady, the lady in the interview, it was just not my time. I just believe in God's timing, and at the time, it just wasn't for me to be here then. Now is my time. You understand? For me to be here. But yeah. So far, all right. So for those persons who are interested in coming on Jet, I did my research and I found out that the application process is now open and it will close on the 1st of December. So let's start there. The whole application process to be on Jet in the first place. All right. So I pulled up some stuff last night and I was looking through and trying to see what it is that, because Here it is, everybody. So you're going to go on the the Japanese embassy website, and when you go on the Japanese embassy website, hey Chantal and Stacy, and hey Phaedra. Oh, and my good friend Makeda in Grenada. Oh,
that rhymes.
that rhymes.
Makeda in Grenada.
All right. So yeah. So the JET program application is now open and will close on Tuesday, December 1st, 2020 at 4 p.m. They also give, if you want further information, you should please contact the JET program section, and they give the number. And the number is the area code 1-876-929-3338, and the extension is 251. Oh, somebody said, hey, Jessica. Hi. Jessica is nervous.
I'm really, really nervous.
All right. So the dates and time, they're going to have information sessions. Today, how much? Today's the 10th.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
No. Today's the 9th. Today's the 9th.
Today's the 9th. Well, today's the 10th for me.
No, today's the 9th.
No, today's the 10th. For us.
Today's the 10th.
For us, because it's actually Saturday morning for us.
Yeah.
Or somebody said repeat the number. All right. So the number for the JET program office, that is the Japanese embassy. So you don't call directly to the Japanese embassy. You call for the JET office at the embassy. And the number is 1-876-929-3338. And the extension is 251. All right. So if you need additional information beside what I'm going to give you, then you can call that number and you can get some information from them. All right. But here's the thing. So today's the 10th for us, but it is the 9th in the other side of the world.
Yeah.
Right. So it being the 9th, it is now Friday night for some people. All right. Friday night for some people. And so when would be the 12th would be Monday. So everything officially starts on Monday. So October 12th, they're going to be having an information session. October 23, and November 6th, and November 17th, they're going to be having information sessions. Now, because of the restrictions caused by the Rona, yes, they're going to be offering their information sessions via Microsoft Teams. All right. So that's the details. Now, here is a list of things that JET requires, and the list can seem daunting.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff that you have to do to prepare. Just the application process for JET is a lot.
Yeah. And then the thing is, some of the documents have to be done in triplicate. Is that a word? Is that the right word? 3 times. 3 times. You have to be done 3 times. So the Jamaican in me came out a while ago.
We'll go with that.
Oh, Maya's Glam said, like up the live. Yes, guys, please to like. Jordan says hello. Hey, Jordan. Oh, hey, Hassini. Thank you for joining me from Melbourne, Australia.
Ooh.
We're going to foreign. We're going to foreign. I'm in Australia. Grenada.
Boss, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You have to do the documents in 3s. You have to do them in 3s, and so go on. Yes. All right. So 3 other. What documents do you have to do in 3s?
All right. So they're going to ask for the application form. Every year the application. So you cannot use an application form from 2010 or 2019.
Yeah, any previous
application. Yeah, it has to be specifically, because I don't know if there is like some sort of what you call it, like changes that they might have depending on the application form. I really don't know. So for now, that's it. The first thing that you need to do is to have your degree. Once you have a degree, you're good to go. However, for some jobs in Japan, you don't need a degree. You need a teacher certification. So if you have a teacher's diploma, then you're good to go, right? But for JET, you need a degree, right?
And also, it can be any degree. It doesn't necessarily have to be English, or it could be computer science, art. You just need to have a 4-year degree.
Yeah, that's it. It doesn't matter what it is in. It just has to be a degree. All right. So the first thing is the JET program, the application form, and it gives you a guideline because you're going to have to put in there's a specific order in which you're supposed to put your documents together. And if you do not put your documents together in that particular order, then you better not send in the documents because they will not look. Because can you imagine, you are getting over 200, 300, 400 applications. And one person decides not to follow one of the basic requirements, which is just to put the documents in the correct order. They're just going to toss yours aside and somebody else is going to take your place. So follow the instructions like that. All right. The 2021 document submission, they have a checklist, the application form sheet. You're going to do a self-report of medical conditions. Now, to come on JET, you need to be of sound mind when you're coming to Japan. Therefore, JET stresses that you have to be mentally there. So there's a lot of tests that you have to do, because I remember I had to get some immunizations that I had missed as a child. I had to get those, my immunization up to date. You have to go to the doctor. There's a lot of tests that you have to do. And it did cost me a pretty penny because I did not have insurance. Even though I was a government employed high school teacher in Jamaica without insurance.
You better.
Okay. I could not afford it on my salary, to be honest. Okay, so you need a medical report. As I said, make sure that your health is up to standard, right? So get that sorted out. Statement of physician. Your doctor is going to have to sign off that you are healthy, you're in good health, and everything all right. When you like your head all right, the body all right, you don't have any conditions or things that will stop you from working. Although some persons have come here and they've been in they've had other medical conditions and stuff, but nothing that will cause you to not be able to go to work.
Or if, for example, if you have to be on constant medication, this is not the best place to be ill. So, for example, if you're a diabetic and you have to use insulin, I would say they might not hire you as a candidate because that's not something you will have access to very easily here. So if it's something that you need constant medication for, then
And the thing is, the Japanese medicine and Western medicine are two different things. All right. So that's that. Another thing, you're going to need some supporting documents as well. Separate and apart from that, you need your criminal record, and you're going to need some supporting documents as well. And the supporting documents are like your letters of reference, your transcripts, statement of purpose, your qualifications, of course, and it must be arranged in a specific order, as I said to you before. And the transcripts, is best to go to your schools and to get your transcripts from now. You understand? Get your transcripts from now. All right?
Yeah. I would suggest, if you are going to apply for JET, don't wait, because it's going to be a mad scramble to get everything in by December 1st. So it feels like a long time because it's October 10th now. So you feel like you have about 5-6 weeks, but start doing everything: your criminal record, going to get your physical from your doctor, putting all your documents together. Don't wait. I think that's one of the mistakes I made the first time I applied, which was I thought I had time. I was like, all right, I can do this. I can do all of this in 2 weeks, but absolutely not. So start as soon as you can, get it started.
Yeah. All right. So that is that. Now, some persons were saying that the statement of purpose can be a little bit daunting, but it doesn't have to be, the statement of purpose does not have to be. All right. So one of the things is I drew up my statement of purpose.
You're gonna read it?
Yes.
All right.
Do not write everything that I have written for the statement of purpose. I'm telling you that from now. Don't write everything I write. All right. So the statement of purpose is as follows. This is mine, guys. So the worldwide movement toward economic, financial, trade, cultural, language, and communication integration, globalization, denotes living in a limitless world with endless possibilities. In today's world of internationalization, I believe that as an assistant language teacher, I will be able to help to provide the environment for this purpose to be realized while students prepare for the world around them. I'm not reading the entire thing. That's that's just a little bit. That's my introduction. That was my introduction, and my what do you call it? My conclusion was the admiration and love for Jamaica's dialect, dance, reggae music, local food, our Blue Mountain coffee, and world-class athletes by Japanese citizens. I envision my stay in Japan as a visit to my distant relatives. I look forward to the interaction, sharing, and learning of the culture and language of the country. I wish to grow and experience life outside of my native country. In this journey called life, change for me is inevitable and growth is optional. I eager both growth and adventure. Nice. I even forgot that I had written that. Boy,
that's nice.
Yeah, that's not
Very
true.
well written.
Gabriel I have a question. How can I become an international university student? Well, Gabriel, I am going to ask, well, what I can do for you is I can interview some persons who are here at university and I can get that information for you as soon as possible.
Also, Altered Academics. They have information about how to become a university student.
Yes.
So,
Oh,
your part.
So Jessica and I, and Jordan. Where's Jordan? I don't see Jordan. Jessica and I, and Jordan. Well, Jordan is the head, and we were just
helping, but we're the helpers. So basically, it's one of a previous jet decided to come up with this idea to create a website for people who wanted to come to Japan. And on that website, you'll find information about the varying companies that you can apply for, the jet program, and what it's like to be a university student. So,
hey, Auntie.
I'm not sure.
So
So
this is the website.
Yeah, Altered Academics. So they have information there about how you can actually apply to Japanese universities.
And how it is that you can actually come to Japan. So this is the website, guys. Please go and check out alteredacademics.com and you will get a plethora of information as it pertains to how it is that you can move to Japan.
Yeah.
All right. Now, jet is only one way that you can move to Japan.
Oh, yeah.
Jessica is not here on jet.
I am not.
How long have you been in Japan?
This almost 3 years.
Yeah.
3 years. I've been here for 3 years, but this is my second time here. So I lived in Japan from 2013 to 2016. And then I went back to Jamaica for 2 years, and then I moved back in 2018. So I've been 2.5 years. I've been here the second time around for 2.5 years.
Why did you come back, Jessica? I mean, you went home to the land of green and black and gold. Why did you come back?
life did that stress me? All right. Well, to give you the backstory, so I left Japan to come to. I went to Jamaica to actually start a master's in education. And when I went back, I experienced reverse culture shock. So it was such a hard transition for me. It was hard to. I felt like I was lost a lot of the time. Even though I had really good friendships and people who supported me, they couldn't really understand the fact that I felt like I just felt like I didn't belong. So I spent 2 years in Jamaica, just like I don't know, like I was very, very stressed. Two whole years of just feeling
Overwhelmed.
overwhelmed. And yes, I said, let me just come back. And so I made the decision, applied for another company that's not Jet, and then I came back in 2018. So I'll talk about the other ways to come here if you're not sure if Jet is the right the right option for you.
Yes.
Or jumping. Okay.
Yes.
All right, so there are other companies that hire English teachers, and they are private companies. So what it will be a company that's like, you know what, we don't necessarily want to be aligned with the government. We want to have our own set of English teachers from around the world, just as long as they speak English. And Jamaica, fortunately, is one of those companies. So you can go online and you can search for those private companies. So, for example, Peppy Kids Club. Wait, we can call their name?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, it's fine. No, Pepe is one of the companies because there's several.
There are
There are several companies.
There are several. You can go with Interact, you can go with Peppy Kids Club, you can go with, I think, Eon. Eon is another company that accepts Jamaicans globally, so you can apply from Jamaica or the Bahamas or wherever you are, just as long as English is your native language. So you go on their website and they'll tell you, okay, the application period starts in April. So February, March, you begin the application process and you do all of that stuff online. So you'll send in an electronic application and then they'll ask for supporting documents. They'll ask for a copy of your passport, some passport size photos. They'll also ask you to.
Passport size photos are different here than in Jamaica.
Definitely.
So the passport size photos here are like small, like tiny, and the ones in Jamaica are like this big. So Jessica, Sandy was saying she's concerned about the reverse culture shock when she goes back to Jamaica. How did you deal with that though?
I didn't deal with it. That's why I came back here. But there's a way to deal with it. I went to Jamaica with rose-colored glasses because I'd been in Japan for 3 years. I never went home. So I was here. I was like, oh my God, I miss me yard. I want jerk chicken. I want patty. And I was freaking out. Then I came to Jamaica with this expectation that life would be easy because it's my home, right? So I'm going to come back and everybody I go listen to me and it's going to be great and I'm going to have a wonderful time. And so because I wasn't mentally prepared for the transition, I made my life hard. So if you know for a fact, say, you know what, it's going to be hard. Reverse culture shock is real. That stress and anxiety that you feel is real. Then you'll actually take steps to like maybe talk to a counselor or maybe, talk to other returnees or, you'll find your own community. But I didn't do that. I was just like, me, I'm mad, more cut. So that's what I did. So yeah. But anyway, so these private companies, you do all the application process online. Yeah, pretty much. And then they will call you in for a formal interview. Thankfully, these interviews can be done online. So they'll do it via Skype or Microsoft Teams, Zoom, and you'll do like a 45-minute interview where they'll ask you the typical questions, why do you want to come to Japan? Have you, what's your interest in being an English teacher? And then they'll also ask you to do a demonstration lesson. So in the interview, you'll have to prepare a lesson where you're maybe teaching. They'll give you the scenario. So mine was a group of 5-year-olds and I had to teach them about animals. So I had to make a lesson about animals and then present it online to the interviewer. And then they let you know maybe within a week or two if you were successful with the process. I would say if you have been rejected by a jet, that you don't give up on your dream and you just go ahead and start researching the other ways that you can get here. You just need a foot in the door. So Interact is another company, not.
I think Jet is the creme de la creme.
Yeah.
You understand? Of coming to Japan, because with Jet you are provided with everything. You get your airfare is paid for. Your housing is paid for most persons once you get here. And as soon as you get here, for me personally, I got my salary up front as soon as I got here. But yeah. Hey Sasha. Hey Bam Bam. But yeah, once you get here, and once it's like everything is just laid out for you, because once when I got here, I came here and my apartment was fully furnished. Like I had somewhere to sleep, I had a stove, I had a toaster oven, I had a microwave, I had a kettle, I had a rice cooker. There was food in the cupboard from the previous jet. There was washing soap, there was bathing soap, everything was here. And when I say everything, I mean I could have just left my house, come here, and just started living. But you're going to experience culture shock when you come to Japan, and you're going to experience reverse culture shock when you go back to your home country, because Japan is like living in a bubble, right? So you're hearing about all of these things happening on the outside for my friends, even like my friends in Australia, my friends in Grenada, my friends in Trinidad, my friends in Jamaica. Whenever they tell me this is happening, and I realize that like you guys are just moving about freely, but here we have curfews and nobody can come in, nobody can go out. In Japan, there is no curfew. I mean, you go anywhere, anytime. The restaurants are open, everywhere is open. The only requirement is that you wear your mask, and that's nothing new in Japan. People here have always been wearing their mask.
Yeah.
So there's this feeling of all is well, and everything all right. So you don't really worry about certain things here. Or the people themselves don't even worry about certain things here. Schools are shut down. Even in Jamaica, schools are online. In America, schools are online. But here in Japan, what is
yeah, I still go to school every
what
day.
is online? What online? That does not exist.
Yeah.
You go to work every day. You go to work, and the kids go to school every single day. So Rona, what Japan does not know you.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
just like a vacuum. It's like we live on a completely different planet. So everybody's freaking out and all. We can say coronavirus. I think so. Yeah, I just said already. The virus numbers are going up, and they talk about the death toll. But here, you literally feel like, oh, we'll be all right. Like I go about my business.
Yeah, because
no different. And it's not because I'm being reckless. It's just like over here, it's almost like being on another planet.
You're in a
bubble.
I always say this: Japan, coming to Japan, you're moving into a bubble. It's like you're insulated from everything.
Yeah.
That is why when you go back to the West, it's like such a huge shock. Like everything just seems so loud, and everybody is just, you understand?
Let me tell you a story.
It's so quiet.
So Japan is really quiet. For example, if you go to the movies here, like for example in Jamaica, when we go to the movies, people are like laughing and talking. What you want? When you're here, nobody laughs. Nobody knows they're not. They're just like.
There's a fight. Listen, there's an action movie, and I'm sitting beside my friends, and I are like, Jesus, you see that? And then the Japanese people are just like,
interesting. So
and you don't leave until all the credits are.
Oh yeah, and then they leave on. Anyway, so when I got off the plane in New York, that's 2016, going back to Jamaica. So I stopped in New York. So I get off the plane, and I hear everybody's it's loud, right? Like everybody are talking, whatever, and it's all English. And my head was on a swivel. I was like, what? Yeah. I think maybe they thought I had special needs, because like, why should I look? I was just like, whoa, what? Like it was such a. It's a transition basically, because over here is just so
quiet and
clean. it's like nothing you've really ever experienced before.
It's clean. It's orderly. You're at the bus stop and nobody's pushing to go into the bus. Everybody just forms a line, and the line can be as long as a mile. The bus will not move until everybody is on. Yeah. And the thing of my culture shock happened the first time I went back to Jamaica. I went downtown Kingston, and when I went downtown,
I'm brave.
I was like this, and then the people, Jamaicans, they are brutally honest. And so it was like, I wanted to eat that girl there. Just stand up in the place. And I legit had an anxiety attack downtown in the marketplace because everybody was so loud and everybody was pushing and nobody was waiting. And I was stupidly standing, waiting, orderly, going along in the line. Yeah. And this lady just came and she just pushed me out of the way. And I was like, sorry, Jess. And I was, oh my God, I want to go back home. Yeah. And home for me was coming back to Japan. It was not going home to like my house in Jamaica. It was like when I came back to Japan and I stepped off the plane, I breathed a sense of relief because I was like, oh my God, it's quiet. Yeah. Can you hear that?
Yeah. No? It's really, really quiet here, and especially if you live in the countryside like we do. When we say quiet, like a bare frog and cricket and just nighttime. Like even in the daytime, you'll hear the cars passing, but you don't hear people talking.
There's no like I thought Japanese cars.
Don't have horns either.
I thought Japanese cars did not have horns or they were deactivated. The first day I heard a horn was like 2 years into being in Japan. I heard somebody blow their horn, and I was so shocked.
Yeah,
I was terrified.
Yeah,
that was how traumatic the experience was for me hearing a horn in Japan.
The first time I heard a dog bark, I was like, wow, they can talk. Like not even a dog them no bark. Like and it's hard to explain to people who don't live here because I think it sounds like unreal, but you have to come
and experience it for yourself.
Yeah, if you're thinking about coming here, just go ahead and
it's an experience. It's an experience.
You can't really do it justice, to be honest.
Yeah,
you can't do it justice.
The food here is interesting. It will take a while for you to get used to the food here.
If you're not a foodie.
Yeah, it will take a while. Like I said in a previous video, that egg and bread nearly killed me. Egg and bread, when I just came here, was my best friend, right? The egg and the bread, separate and apart from that, going to the supermarket, nothing is in English. Oh. So you have to feel your way around. Oh, this looks like bread. Oh, this looks like milk. I'm going to buy this. And then do your little taste testing at home. Eventually, one thing though, especially if you live in the countryside, I've never lived in the city in Japan, like Tokyo, Osaka. Mm-hmm. I've always lived in the countryside. And you're going to find that people here are very friendly. Very, very friendly for the most part, especially the older folks, the older retired folks. Mm. And you're a foreigner. I've been invited to so many dinners. Yeah. I've been adopted by so many Japanese people. I have so many Japanese grandmas. It's ridiculous. And they love to feed you sweets. So every household you go, you're given a gift. If they're coming over to visit you, they bring a gift. So I've adopted that. When you come here, you're also going to adopt certain things. Because I'm on the phone and I'm talking to people and I'm like, hi, 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 hi. And hi in Japanese means yes. Yeah. So I adopted that as well to be hi, hi. And then it's the, okay. I'm so sorry.
Like, I can't cross the street without doing this. And I did that a lot in Jamaica, and I'm sure they were like, oh, what did I get there? Like,
yes,
I'm crossing the road, like, thank you so much.
Yes, even like here, even if they don't mean it, this is like what you call a two-faced society. So they'll always show you a pleasant face, but behind that is their true feelings that they don't show, right? Mm-hmm. So because the experiences that I've had is that people, they will like I'll get upset sometimes too, because I'm like, if you feel this way, why go behind my back and tell my supervisor? Why not just say it to me? Oh, we don't want to cause any problems, that's why we didn't say it to you directly. And I said, but I'm from a society where everything is direct.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'll be in the classroom and the teacher's all smiling while the kids are misbehaving, and I'm standing there like, and he's like, what's wrong? And I'm like, so you know, I make you pity them behave. And he's like, oh, go in, students are shy. And I'm like, no matter come with the foolishness, they're not shy, not me. And then he's like, what? And I said, the kids are not shy. You need to tell them to behave.
Yeah.
And so he's like, oh, okay. And then he's like, oh, it's different in your country. And I said, yes,
Definitely.
it's different in my country, you know. But when you start teaching here, once you get to higher than elementary school, when you get to junior high school and high school, the kids become a little bit robotic. So you do not like, I'm serious. Like, things in Japan are so orderly that the graduation ceremony is practiced 6-7 times before the actual ceremony. And then everybody just stands together and everybody sits together. Everybody walks together, and the kids know exactly what to do, when to do it. It at first it was alarming to me.
Me too as well. Like the first time I saw they sit down in unison, that somebody will make a, like they said, lay, and then they all, bow at the same time. They all sit down at the same time. They march the same way, like they,
the movements of their legs
is the same. Like for us, some people might, walk.
Mm-hmm.
But some people might, dip with that when they walk, or they might swing their arms. The kids here all walk like 1, 2, 1, 2. It's like there's the programming, not programming, the way that
it's a programming.
Yeah, the way that they're conditioned in the society goes down to even the way that they walk, the way that they sit. For example, everybody's back here, they all have excellent posture because they all sit upright.
And it's just the way they sit too, because here the furniture is really low.
Yeah, it's on the ground.
The beds are on the ground, like you sleep on a, what do you call it, a futon. But
anyway, so it's super orderly, super. Again, just go ahead and apply, go through JET. I would say if you're going to, like Sandrine was saying, her life was pretty much set up when she started with JET, and that's one of the perks of being at JET. They offer you, airfare, and they have lots of different, ways to make your transition here easier. So I would say go ahead and get your applications ready for JET. Again, December 1st.
December 1st, yeah.
With the other companies like Interact, it's...
Well, Jordan says you could also go to Japan through school.
Yeah.
Jordan, please include that information on the Altered Academics website.
Yeah.
I think it's there already. I think it's there already.
It's there already.
For mixed. If you're doing your masters, but I know persons who are here doing their degrees as well in school.
Yeah.
So you could include that as well, Miss Elliot.
Also, if you're in Jamaica, the Jamaican Embassy does have information about going to university here. So you can apply through them as well. But yeah, so the other companies, the downside to, for example, going through a private company like Pepe or Interact or Eon or any of the other companies is that you do the most of the startup by yourself. So you have to provide your own airfare. You have to have a certain amount of money saved up to help you to transition, because there's them not giving nothing. Them train you for 2 weeks, and then you're on your own. They might help you to find an apartment, or an apartment might be included in your contract, but for the most part, like, you're on your own. So that's the downside to maybe applying through some of these other companies. But again, if you just want to have your foot in the door, if you just want to come for adventure and just being somewhere completely different, then you can look into applying for some of these other companies. Yeah.
I think we covered most of everything. Once you come here, Japan is a learning experience, and don't be like me. You come here your first year, second year, third year, you don't do anything. Go. I know that the Rona is here. You basically can't do anything. Go outside of Japan. China is close by. And depending on your passport, you can go to China, or you can just apply for the visa. Getting visas here very easy.
Or Korea, you don't need a visa.
Korea, Vietnam, Taiwan, go to
Philippines.
Yes.
The Philippines.
Yes, yes, like I went anywhere. I did not go anywhere, but I will be hi, all of what life with Colleen. So so we are going to yeah. When you come here, don't just stay in Japan. You have your vacation days and you have what you call public holidays. There's a lot of public holidays. Every month there's a public holiday. There is what you call Oban, where you get like several days off, and then in April you have this other thing where you get some spring break, where you get some golden week, you get some days off, and make friends. One of the limitations that I had in Jamaica was that I'm not the right color and I'm not from the socioeconomic standing where I could meet and greet certain people. Like I was limited in the Caribbean to meeting certain people. But here on Jet, and I realize that I'm a very friendly person. Me in Jamaica, you'd said, you're not bad. I am a very friendly person. Like I talk to everybody. I see somebody on the road. Oh, the person they look like them speak English. That person looks like they speak English. Let me just go over and say hello. Hello, how are you? Where you come from? And so that's how I've that's how I've met several of my friends. I have friends from Croatia, friends from Trinidad, America, the UK, Ireland, New Zealand, Australia, all over the world. I am international. But
it's a great experience, and it will challenge you, and it will force you to I don't know, like find yourself. Get out of, I've done things that I never thought I would do. That's on. All right. What I mean, for example, is like me with my big long gut, but me dance. I'm go in one public park where everybody can look for me. I'm roll up my belly. I'm roll. I'm go on. And I was just like, I just wanted to try. So when you come, there are lots of good experiences for you to just get out of your comfort zone. Again, and also, for example, if you're in Jamaica, for example, there are things in Jamaica where you just not have access to because it's of where you live, and I should say, skin color and all of them different barriers.
Yeah.
But when you come here, it's an opportunity for you to just do it all. For example, you probably couldn't go in a club and buy a buckle and rent a table in Jamaica because you're just not have it like that.
Yes.
But over here, there's more access to,
and it's cheap,
and it's cheaper, and
and you see some of the things that people have been going crazy about in Jamaica. You come here and you experience it, and I'm like, wow! In Jamaica, on my Jamaican teacher's salary, I have to save 2 months before I can say, all right, I'm going to take up myself and go to New Kingston to one of those restaurants, because when the bill comes and it's like 10,000 Jamaican dollars, I'm like, that's 10% of my salary. I can't drop 10% on one meal. But here, what would cost 10,000 Jamaican dollars in Jamaica is going to cost you 3,000 yen here. And the yen and the Jamaican dollar is almost the same. So when you come here, it's like, I can go to the Indian restaurant and spend 1,000 yen and get a meal, good up Indian food.
Yeah.
And that's not possible in Jamaica. You understand? The Chinese, like, you can get Chinese food. Chinese food, come on.
Yeah.
But like certain restaurants, like Mexican food and
Italian, there are a lot of great Italian places.
There's so much to experience, so much to do. And I'd encourage every and anybody to step outside of your comfort zone
for sure,
and come, because at the end of the day, you are going to enjoy the experience and you're going to learn a lot about yourself. I personally have learned, when I was in Jamaica, I used to be told that I am very reserved and I'm such a quiet person, and I realized that me reserve, me quiet. No, my neighbors know my voice. They know my voice. So quiet is not my vocabulary. Reserve is not a part of my vocabulary.
Oh, that's good.
Colleen asked, did you guys find it difficult adapting to the food here? I did.
I did not. It's my favorite part about living here is the food. I love. All right, if how would I put it? If you have an open mind, okay, most people who come over here initially are put off by the way the things look because a lot of the stuff here just looks strange. So if you're looking at,
Speaking of look, you don't have something for me.
oh yeah, all right. So a lot of stuff here looks strange. So if you're visually put off, you're like, yo, me don't know what that, me not gonna eat that. Then you'll take a long time to get adjusted to the food. But if you're like me, where you're just like, well, it's food, and I'm willing to try, then you will absolutely love the food here. That's one of the reasons I love living here. The food is incredible, and not just the taste, but the presentation, the way that everything is in these little tiny plates, and like there's so much attention to detail with the food. And yeah, I love the food here. I never had no problems. I just hit the ground running and just eat everything, everything, everything. All right, I'll be right back.
But she said yesterday, Jessica said that she has something for me, right?
Right. So remember I was talking about presentation. So I was in school yesterday, and as I was walking out, one of the teachers said to me, "Oh, I have something to give you." So she showed me this. I don't know if you can see it very well, but
oh, why this feels so?
yeah, it kind of
it not have no smell.
It
looks like it looks wrinkled. Look at this.
Yeah, it
Did
looks.
It? Oh, look at this.
Oh God.
What is this?
Yes. So if you are somebody who would see that and go, ew, my child, whereas me now, she said she gonna give me it. I was like, yeah, thanks, I'm start eating.
I want that.
Oh,
Holly says like an old potato skin. Yes, that's how it feels.
Yeah, it does feel like
it feels like an old potato skin. How do you eat that?
So you try.
We're on live, people. So if you see me just go
so like she just gave it to me and I was like, sure, thanks, we'll eat it. So I went ahead and
Makeda said I thought I was thinking too.
It's true.
Yes, Makeda does. If you close it, it does have the shape of stinking too. There's something in Jamaica called stinking too.
It does stink like that too.
Oh, Marie says a purse more like oh no, look what I did. I squeeze it together.
But anyway, so try it. You can't afraid when you come over here. Just eat the things them. They'll surprise you.
I want to show the guys. Like this is what it looks like inside.
Oh, so gross. Anyway, try. Just put the whole thing in your mouth, man. No, just don't eat it like that. Just take a big bite. If you want to. What does it taste like though?
It tastes like it has a slimy taste.
No, it doesn't.
And there's a lot of seeds. I don't know. I'm not sure if I should swallow the seed.
Just swallow them.
What? When I swallow things,
Just swallow them. Just bite the something online.
It's stuck to the skin.
Oh. And
if you put it right now, Mama.
What does it taste like? It tastes like something from Jamaica.
Like sweet sap?
Sweet sap. So even though it looked disgusting, it have the exact taste of sweet sap.
It tastes like styrofoam. The jelly inside the styrofoam.
Well, I thought it tastes like sweet sap, to be honest. But maybe you think styrofoam. But yeah, so the moral of that story, even though it was totally unplanned, is that if you're gonna be put off by the way things look, or if you're going to be like timid, like oh I can't, whatever, then you will have a hard transition when it comes to food. But if you're open-minded and you just say, yo, but what? Oh,
we can't eat the skin.
No, give me this.
I'm sorry, guys. Colleen said years ago when I thought about going there, when I think about the food I know that I could adapt, I didn't pursue it. But Colleen, you're here now. Do I tell
Don't.
But there's a lot of seeds though.
Yes, but you missed it. Moral of the story is you must try to eat. And if you, as Colleen said, like you might be put off because you think, okay, well, I can't eat the things that they eat. A lot of people also think they eat dog, which they don't eat dog here. But
it's the seeds, guys. There's a ton of seeds. Mega plant it and see if it will grow.
Or you could just throw them away. So yeah,
that's their neighbors, the Chinese neighbors. We don't consume dog
Korean stuff. But yeah, anyway, so don't be worried about the food. And also, another thing that's really good about Japan is that they're very good at integrating the food from other cultures here. So you'll come and you'll be able to eat Indian food or Italian food or whatever American food.
You're too bad.
Yeah. So yeah, don't be put off by the food. I love it. I mean,
there are certain things that I have tried here, like sashimi. I hate sashimi.
I love sashimi.
Like raw fish.
Oh,
just the taste of it in your mouth. Food must cook. It just don't taste right. You understand?
We are different.
And yeah, like
I love sashimi. Pretty much love everything except natto.
I like natto.
See that? Natto smell like foot and it tastes like how if somebody wash off their foot.
It's not. It's very smelly. It stinks bad.
And it's like sticky, like okra, like you know how
it's very slimy, but I did not like it at first, but I like it now.
No sir, no
I like it now.
No ma'am. Every time I smell that, I just smell like somebody father take off their shoes after a long day of work, and it smell like food. It smell like if you were to, me personally, see, we're learning. So she can eat natto, I cannot, but I love raw fish and she doesn't. I love sushi. I love, pretty much everything except natto, and also I don't like tofu. I can't eat tofu.
Michaela says she's not eating natto for love nor money, no.
I tried it. Them say add ketchup. Them say add mustard. Me do all of it, and it just tastes like foot and ketchup, foot and mustard, foot and whatever else they tell you to put panta fight. It's not for me.
Yeah, and they eat a lot of fish here. So if you don't like fish, and they eat a lot of rice, and a lot of persons have been asking how it is that Japanese women eat so much rice and still they're so small. That's a little bit of, sometimes they starve themselves to fit into the culture of being small, and then genetics.
Genes for some.
And they drink a lot of green tea here, which is good for the internal, Oh yes, Jordan made a very good point. As Black women here, we should avoid all the soy products in Japan. It's not good for your people because I am lactose intolerant, and I decided I was going to try the soy.
Yeah.
My belly. Yeah. It does something to the body, especially for Black women. Do not consume the soy products here. Avoid soy. There's alternatives like almond milk. So I did an interview yesterday with my friend from New Zealand, and she was telling me that 8 years ago when she just came to Japan, she came here being allergic to gluten, and there was no gluten-free food for her to eat. In recent times, Japan has opened its borders more. There's to a lot of international people and a lot of different experiences, and so she's now able to get gluten-free products here for her health. You understand? Because she got really sick while she was here, so she's now able to buy gluten-free products. And Amazon delivers here really quickly. If you watch my other video that I uploaded with my friend from Kenya, while we were doing the video, I made an order for a camera, and it came like I ordered it like yesterday, and it came today on the day when we were doing the video. So like you experience, there are certain luxuries that you will experience here that you will not have when you go back to the West. For example, health insurance. Everybody here has health insurance. You go to the convenience of going to the doctor.
Yeah.
I was sick and I went to the doctor and I got an X-ray, EKG. I got blood test. I got there was something else I did within 30 minutes, and I got back the results within 30 minutes. While I was there at the doctor's office in Jamaica, that would never happen.
2 weeks.
They send you
Or
2
10
weeks,
business days.
10 business days, and you have to go. And if you ever dead, write your will. You're going to die. So, and then going to the dentist here, everything you do at the first time I went to the dentist and the dentist took an X-ray of my mouth, I'm like, all right, I'm lying down in the chair and I'm like, someone must come back next week for the results. And it was like, huh? Oh, it's just 2 minutes. And I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Colleen said health insurance for everyone, even if you're on work permit. Yes, Colleen, your boss is supposed to pay into the health insurance scheme. Like it's supposed to come from your salary. You understand? Yeah. So, and the taxes here though are ridiculously high, especially for foreigners. If you're from America, you get 2 years exempt from taxes. But for the likes of us, we only get 1 year. Well, on jet really. And then is it for private hires? Yeah, so everybody gets a year exempt from tax, and then after that, the tax will hit you like a ton of bricks. Taxes here are very, very, very high.
And they vary, for example, depending on where you live. So, for example, if you live, certain prefectures have their own. Prefectures like parish or province or state has its own tax. So, for example, you'll pay your general citizen tax, and then you'll pay a separate one for the state or city that you're in. And it can be very expensive. Not can be, it is expensive.
All right, I think we've covered everything. Food, moving here. When you come here, walk with your makeup for persons who wear makeup. Walk with your hair for persons who do hair. Walk with if there's any special food that you require, you can walk with that, because sometimes Amazon does not deliver. There are certain things that Amazon does not deliver here. Yeah, so walk with that and be prepared for the stairs. Japanese people, they will stare at you. I'm driving in the future. They are driving and
they stare.
They stare.
They really do.
The other Asian community here, they take videos of you. Like, yeah, I've had the experience of like,
I've been photographed, and
not by the Japanese.
No, usually it's other Asian people
who shall remain nameless.
Yeah. So it's usually other Asian people that probably have never seen Black people before. They'll take your picture, they'll take videos of you. They might even try to like touch you or get as close as they can to you.
They'll be like, you're walking on the road and you just feel somebody do this.
Yeah. Help me.
Help. And these are people you don't know. Yeah. They just come up to you and grab your hair. And not the Japanese. Not the Japanese. Yeah. I had that experience in Tokyo. Yeah, the lady saw me and she just came up and she just grabbed my head. Yeah. Colleen says, talk a bit about teaching English in the classroom. Are you assisting another teacher or are you the main teacher? For most, because I'm a trained English language and literature teacher, for most of my lessons, I like to be the main teacher. So the Japanese teachers are my assistants.
Yeah,
I've heard. They are my assistants because I hate it when I go to the classroom and I'm just a tape recorder. So that's another thing too. When you come here, there are lots of people who complain about the downtime that you have. You're going to have a lot of free time. There are going to be days when you're going to be sitting at your desk and you do not have a class. The teachers are afraid to use you. They don't know how to utilize you in the classroom. Things like that. So you're sitting there, you're being paid to just sit at work. So for those, a lot of persons come here and finish the master's degree, finish the PhD, just sitting at their desk.
Okay. That's subject to the company that you work for.
Well,
if you're
yeah.
a jet, you have a lot of free time. But if you're a private hire, probably you don't, which is what I do now. I'm a private hire in a high school. I don't have no free time. I don't.
You have 6 classes a day?
Not six, but my school's hard to explain. But it depends on the company that you work for. For example, in a private hire, like when I worked for
I feel the fruit on my chest.
Whoa, okay. Well, yeah, it depends on the company that you work for. Some companies, you're the main teacher, where it's just you in the classroom and you're in charge of disciplining the kids, preparing for the lesson, making the lesson plans, and so on. And then some companies, you're doing both, where it's like it's a Japanese teacher and you're there to assist. So if the teacher wants to say, I like apples, the more you repeat so that the children get.
And it becomes annoying
it
after
can
a
be
while.
very annoying.
So you're standing there with your degree in physiology or psychology
Yeah.
and your degree in chemistry and biology, and I like cat.
I like cats.
I want to be a doctor.
I want to be a doctor. Like that.
Yeah,
For
it's
hours,
like
for hours on end. But then you'll have, for example, where I work in a high school right now and I do everything. I am the coordinator, the lesson planner, the classroom discipliner. I am all of it.
so you're a direct hire to a high school.
Yeah. So for me, I don't really
You don't go through a BOE or anything.
No, I'm directly hired to the high school. So I don't have as much free time as you. So it depends on the company. I will say that if you come in here with like rose-colored glasses and think that they're what you see on TV, where they're like, "Oh, thank you, teacher. We love you so much." I know, them bad. Just like Western kids, they might not cuss you out like to say, whatever. But
Colleen is saying BOE stands for Board of Education.
Board of Education. Oh, sorry. So I don't work for the Board of Education, which is the hiring branch for all the different
schools in a city.
I'm directly hired to a high school. So I went, submitted my resume, and they were like, "Okay, come for an interview." I went directly to the high school. So yeah, in classroom management, it's a little bit different. Where, for example, basically they're just as bad as any other kids, so don't come here thinking that they're going to love you and worship the ground that you walk on. It does require some work on your part. Also, because of the cultural differences, you have to discipline them differently. So for example,
you discipline yours?
I do, but I don't bawl out my throat. Like if I were a teacher in Jamaica, I would have said, classes boy, go in and sit down in the back of the class or something like that. But
hard ears, pitney.
Yeah, hard ears. You can pull them. You can, rough them up. But because of the cultural differences here, you'll have to find different ways to discipline them.
Hi, mommy. My daughter just said my mother is watching my live. Hi, Miss Marva.
Hi, Miss Marva.
All right, so. Yeah. Makeda said, I am the only teacher. I don't have assistants. It depends on the position. The Board of Education is a different kettle of fish. So Makeda is a private hire herself where she's living. And so she's the only teacher in the classroom. She conducts her lessons on her own. And you conduct your lessons on your own.
Entirely by myself.
Or without the assistance of the Japanese teacher.
Nobody there to help me. So it depends. So again, it just depends on the company that you work for. If you're basically the structure of how they want you to teach. Sometimes you teach with a teacher, sometimes you teach by yourself. So the company will let you know what they require of you. Interact is team teach where you do both. So yeah, it depends.
And salary here depends. You don't come here expecting everybody to have the same salary.
Oh yeah.
Everybody gets paid differently. Even if you're on jet, you could be in the same city with somebody and still receive different salaries. Because of rent. Like you could pay different rent even though you're in the same city. Because I know myself and others came here together, and some people pay more rent than I do. Some people pay ridiculously less rent than I do. Some people they like taxes for them are different. There are several things that are different, which makes their salary different. You understand? Yeah. But one thing to know, their salary here in Japan, you can live on your salary. And if you have debts to pay, you can clear your debts. Like I cleared my student loan debt. So you can clear your debts, have a goal in mind. So I think we've been talking for an hour, so we're gonna close off now.
Yeah, again,
we're gonna close off now.
Again,
so
if this is an idea that you have and you think, I just want to come, I would just suggest come for a year and see how you feel about it. And yeah, I would recommend it. I did it so nice. I did it twice. So yeah, just come.
I would definitely recommend you coming here as well. When you come here, please note that you must have a plan, because the time here, I cannot believe that I'm almost here for 4 years already. Have a plan in place. Have goals that you're working towards. You're working towards clearing your student loan debt back home. You're working towards traveling. Have a set monetary. You want to try travel all around Japan. Yeah, Makeda said, yes, Makeda, come, but come with a plan.
Yeah.
Come with a goal in mind, because there are a lot of things here that will distract you.
Yeah.
You understand? You meet up with friends, it will distract you. Last question, Colleen. Do any of you think you will end up permanently? You must be mad. Permanently residing in Japan? No way.
No, baby. But that's for another life.
You know why?
That's for another life. You must come back. You must return to here. I don't over here. So I don't over here. I love it here though. Come.
It's nice to
come.
But the dating here, especially as a Black woman, you are fetishized, you're sexualized based on what the media portrays Black women are, especially if you're a Black woman. If you're from another race, then yeah, all right. You're good to go. If you're from the desired race, then you're good to go. But as a Black man, you have more chances of getting married and settled here. Although for some people, it can go either way. There are lots of Japanese people here who are very international, meaning they've traveled to different places, and so they're more open to dating outside of their race. But there are also some Japanese people here who are very homogenous, so they want to stick with their own kind. So it depends. It depends, really and truly. It depends. So you decide. Yes, Alexia, you want to go to Canada. Yes. You remember when you go to Canada to send for me. All right. Yes. But yeah, when you do, somebody says, Jessica. So when you come here, have that in mind, that if you meet a Black man here, he more than likely him know want you as a Black woman. He's looking for the Asian flavor. You understand? He's not about the chocolate. He's about the Asian flavor. So that is that. But there's possibility for you to meet genuine people. I can tell you that.
My friend is with. I have two friends who are dating interracially here. They're both dating. They're both Black and they're both dating Japanese guys, and they're in very, very good, healthy, stable relationships. So
it's possible. It's possible. You just have to find somebody who it's like searching for a needle in a haystack, because Japan is a very, what you call it now, type of society. They like to follow each other. The nail that sticks out gets hammered down. You understand? Oh, people go and check out Colleen's channel, All About Life with Colleen. You can check out her channel as well. Yes, Makeda is more like a needle in a haystack for real. Like, it's difficult when you find somebody good. Trust me, hold on to them, because, like I said, the Black men here are not looking for Black women. They're not looking out for you, right? They might be your friend, but that's just it. Finding a Japanese guy who will be with you as a Black woman and not fetishize you, you'd have to find somebody who has traveled abroad and who understands the differences and who is willing to open up to you. There's a YouTuber here who Coco in Japan. She's Jamaican. She met her husband in Jamaica.
Yeah, I used to
So
watch her.
yeah, she's gonna have a baby soon. That baby's gonna be pretty.
That's
She's gonna have a little girl.
That's really sweet. I haven't seen her in a while, but yeah, I used to watch her channel.
Yeah, so you can find people who genuinely love you because after we're not less than nobody, come on, we're royalty, please. At least I know I am. Melanin popping all the way. Have you seen me? Have you?
Yeah, she's lovely. She is quite lovely. The real goddess.
Yes, Alexia. This is my daughter is saying, Sweet Coco is saying, can I have a shout out, please? Hi, Alexia. Please go and check out my daughter's channel. She does anime videos and things like that. Thanks, Colleen.
Thank you.
But yeah, I think we've covered everything.
Yeah, we have, and maybe we'll do this another time.
Most definitely, we'll do this another time. We'll collab with somebody else. What you say, Colleen? We can do a collaboration, Colleen. What you think, Colleen? You know, we can do a collaboration.
Where is she?
She's here in Japan, but wait.
Oh, sorry, it might be a secret.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us. You guys were great. Thank you. It was fun.
All right, guys.
I had a good time.
I had a nice time talking.
And thanks, guys. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Oh no, we should do it in Japanese.
I always say.
Oh no. Sayonara, ja mata ne. Sayonara, bye bye.
Hi.
Sayonara.
Oh, we're supposed to go low and pause. 1, 2, 3. No, you have to pause together. Oh, Dominic says I have a friend in Japan too. He's a guy, so you'll have a different. So guys here have a different perspective. They really do. But bye, everybody. It was really nice talking to you all. So I'll catch you guys again in my other live. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Oh, bye. You guys, thanks for coming. Bye.
How do I end this? End. Okay.